What are you guys here for today?
For the climate strike.
What's that all about?
The climate strike is like an international movement of people, like kids essentially, who are striking from school to show that they care about climate change and they want action.
An organization of UN scientists said that we have approximately 11 years until the effects of climate change are irreversible and we won't be able to help, so we need to take action now.
Carbon dioxide emissions have increased by 90% since 1970.
The planet's average surface temperature has risen around 1.62 degrees since the late 19th century.
131 billion tons of ice has melted this year.
New data shows that since the 1980s, the amount of annual floods has quadrupled till today, and that number has doubled since 2004.
If we let climate change continue, we will have increased flooding like we've had recently, and we also will lose our agriculture jobs, which are very important to our economy. I made a Facebook event, and I also made an Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, and we just have been promoting the event on social media.
I'm terrified because we have 11 years left until climate change is irreversible. 11 years to change everything about our lives. I'm terrified that I might not get a future because of something I can't control. Because every time I open my phone, I see animals, people, and places dying. All because a small number of people would rather stay rich than let the rest of humanity survive. You can take action on climate change by showing world leaders we demand the right to a livable future.
Because our Earth is worth fighting for. Because the Earth is everyone's home. This is a fight for all people because this is our home. We go nowhere unless we go together. We should all be fighting for this planet we call home. Our glaciers are retreating almost everywhere around the world, and our global sea level has risen 8 inches in the last century. These changes are driven largely by us, and all we do is release more and more greenhouse gases every day. In 11 years, there will be 3 presidential elections, 3 chances to elect an Earth-loving climate activist. In 11 years, the generation whose lives will be at stake because of climate change won't even be able to vote. We all must fight for our Earth, our clean air, and beautiful oceans. To save the Earth, we must change the rules.
Guys, this planet is going downhill, and us as humans are the only ones that can save it. Us as youth are taking a stand because we want to have a future. We want our children to live healthy lives.
In 11 short years, there's no going back. In 11 short years, we will not be able to fix this mess that we've created. When we all come together, change is possible. We can make this better by starting now. Now is when we get the chance to make this better for generations to come. Right now is when we have the chance to fix this, when we get to fix this. I look forward to the day when I can show my kids what a wonderful world we live in and not tell them stories about it.
A lot of problems with our Earth definitely are going to impact developing nations in the future. Since we have the resources we have now, and we have the leaders and the power and the money to make a change in these 11 years, I think we totally need to stand up and we do everything we can.
This is our home now. And whatever you believe in, this is our home. That's it. So don't just post about it. You know, do it. Do something.
It's an everybody issue, that it affects every class. And we share this earth together. And I think if we spread that message more, it would be a lot easier for us to make the changes that we need to.
I'm terrified because we have 11 years left until climate change is irreversible. 11 years to change everything about our lives. I'm terrified because the flooding, polar vortexes, and rising temperatures are being ignored by the people who are in power. I'm terrified that I might not get a future because of something I can't control. I'm terrified, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful because our generation is taking action. We're demanding the right to our future. We're fighting for what everyone deserves, a livable future. But we can't just hope for a future, we have to act. You can take action on climate change by showing world leaders we demand the right to a livable future. If we keep fighting, we can stop climate change. If we keep fighting, we can get back our future.
I'm scared to come up here, but not scared to speak, but scared that no one would listen to me. I deserve to be heard. I'm tired of begging people to look at the facts and do their part to stop climate change. I am no longer begging for it. I am demanding it.
We need to stand together and show that we are the people who are going to make a change. We need to save our Earth before it's too late. We need to be the change. It's up to us now. We are the next voice. We can save our environment. We can choose to create a better life for these kids out here. We can be the change to prevent the change. Thank you.
This is not an issue of money, this is an issue of morality. How can we as a nation say we are morally righteous if we are complicit in deaths each and every year?
If we are to say that we hold up human rights, we must stop climate change. If we want to call America a force of good, we must stop climate change. If we want to be good people, if our leaders want to call themselves decent people, we must stop this destruction.
Federal House Democrats passed the first climate bill in nearly a decade Thursday, in what they are labeling as the first step in building a strategy to combat climate change. The last time the House passed a climate change bill was in freaking 2009.
So now that we have all these wonderful speakers that have gotten you all riled up on the issue, we beg you to set some goals and deadlines for yourself to create change within your community, keep attending Iowa Climate Strikes events, and stay passionate and educated.
Thanks for this great organization for gathering the community to rally for climate change resolution.
That's it.
You know, like I tried to get more of my friends to come, and they all just said, no, I can't miss school. And like the issue was so much bigger than that. Like we're talking about 2 or 3 periods a day, just today, to come and like stand up for this, and no one's gonna notice that the change needs to be made if people don't actually do something.
We are sitting high and pretty and complicit. Complicit to death. I call on our leaders, I call on our people, and on the human race to do the right thing. To be good people. To do something about climate change.
We have had multiple countries recently declare national emergencies on climate change because of the protests that have been happening around the world.
I'm just going to do a pass through here. Pass through. Oh, this is a moving picture. Great job. Now let's hear a cheer. Cheer for... Oh, come on. One more time with a little more enthusiasm. All right?
I like this one.